Kong ain't got shit. Oh.
Yeah. Indeed. Appreciate it. Getting out. Had to get that instinct going to get that ambience right. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops the Great. Yeah, I'm about a couple hours behind schedule, man. My bad. My schedule got thrown off bad yesterday. Bad yesterday. You know, you have your day kind of mapped out, and one or two things got to get interjected in there. It just, once that happened around 10, 11 o'clock earlier in the day, it was a wrap for the rest of the day. But we're going to get through it. Today. We're going to revisit some of that. Going to revisit some of the Kendrick Pusha T stuff a little bit. I want to revisit that. Get a different perspective. I try to hit a topic 2 or 3 different times with 2 or 3 different voices of opinion. That's the best. I feel like that's the best way to go about any topic, regardless of what it is. So that way, you want as many viewpoints as possible. Now, could I do like 7, 8, 9? Sure, but then who want to talk about the same topic 7, 8, 9, 10 times? Unless it's just the topic of the moment, like that's kind of overkill. But I want to get some West Coast perspective on the Kendrick Lamar, Pusha T verse. I mean, yeah, Pusha T, Kendrick Lamar verse. I think that's the best way, the proper way to say it. Also, I want to tap in at the end on the Lil Wayne album. And I don't know. Like I said, I just try to get a couple different viewpoints. That way, when you outside and you talking your ish to people about these topics, 1, can't nobody say you biased unless you just genuinely biased. 2, they can't say you misinformed or not informed enough, because I've went about finding a West Coast perspective. I try to find an East Coast perspective. I try to find somebody that really ain't got no dog in the fight. That way, I really want everybody just to be able to talk about stuff and be confident in what you're saying out your mouth. Pause. Pause. So, well, I get the ears on and share the screen. Go ahead and handle that business, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me keep the YouTube police outside, so that way while we smoking, drinking, doing whatever we doing in here, talking our ish, they not in our business. They don't need to know what the air smell like. It smell hella cushified in here. Yes, sir. But that ain't their business. Yeah, it might be a little something in my cup, might be a little something in your cup. That ain't their business. So go ahead and take care of that business for me, and I appreciate you. And I'm gonna get this screen share so we can get to it. So we are reacting to the bigger picture. Both clips that I'm going to show you come from the exact same video. So you look at the link in the description. That link is going to be the entire episode. It's an hour and 40-minute episode, out 50 minutes. I found 2 sections that I felt was worth a discussion, so to speak. But like I said, this is the bigger picture. It'll be linked in the description. Jeremy Head, DJ Head, Elliot Wilson. Let's go.
It's just like, it's crazy that it's like...
One second. Oh, I forgot. Okay. I know I messed up at. Give me a second and I'll get it fixed. I forgot I muted my whole. There we go. That should be fixed now. It should be fixed now. Let's get to it. Let's go.
This record sat in the vault, and I guess we should address the elephant in the room. Why did we take so long to get this record that Frazier revealed that involves, certain legal things?
So these are quotes from the article. After a summer of beef between their two biggest artists that resulted in an ongoing lawsuit from Drake, Def Jam's parent company UMG blanched at the antagonistic Optics
Op
bar.
Optics, there's writing right there. Op Optics is a bar. There we
Optics
go.
of two of Drake's biggest enemies linking on wax. Pusha
Look
calls
at that.
their
Look
attention
at that right now.
stupid.
Look at that.
Primarily because none of the bars in Kendrick's otherwise excellent verse could really be perceived as a shot or even subliminal. It does, however, contain the stellar line, "Therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me, I don't give a fuck. I don't rate him no more," in quotes, Pusha says of Drake's antics. The suing thing is bigger than some more, in quotes, showed me. It also showed me, I don't give a fuck. How to open a shot or none of the bars in Kendrick's otherwise excellent verse could really be perceived as a shot or even subliminal. It does, however, contain the stellar line, "Therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me, I don't give a fuck."
Again, y'all know me, man. I'm not a bar person. Ooh, bar. Every once in a while, something can be so fire. Ray Charles see it and feel it. That being said, that line, is it really that offensive? Does it excuse the caring of it all? Therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. Think about this, though. Some of us have gotten to that point in our own lives without the therapy. You have something, you go through something, you deal with something that teaches you lessons, but it also highlights how much you, all in all, don't even really care. Whether it be somebody's opinion or how somebody feels or what a particular action on your part may bring from others, you get to a point where this smoke is smoke. If I can get to that in everyday life with no therapy, so the therapy part don't even really matter. What's the issue with that? What could be the problem with that line? I feel like we gotta start asking important questions, even if they seem trivial. We gotta ask them.
He taught me how to open up. It also showed me, I don't give a fuck. I don't rate him no more, in quotes, Pusha says of Drake's antics. The suing thing is bigger than some rap shit. I just don't rate you. Damn, it's like it just kind of cheapens the art of it once we gotta have real questions about suing and litigation, like what, for this? And finally, he says, if you expected the album last summer, the brothers sympathize, so did they. Pusha says they felt confident, proud, and assured of themselves when they presented music to Def Jam. The label loved what they heard, except for Kendrick Lamar's guest verse on the thunderous Chains and Whips, the final version of the song that Pharrell teased at his...
How much money you think Kendrick has made UMG? Like, Kendrick is one of the hottest things out right now, right? I'm not sure if they get a piece of this tour. I don't know how that works. I'm not gonna pretend. Maybe y'all can find out. Y'all bring that information to everybody, bro. So if Kendrick, like, I'm saying, how can you have an issue with him now when he right now looking like a real good moneymaker? He looking like he making a lot of people, including himself, he making a lot of people some dollars. So is he good to make dollars on with GNX and these other songs? Is he good to make the dollars? But these dollars is a no. I'm trying to make sense of it all. Because I'm trying to. When have you ever heard of? No, I'll frame it differently. Could you picture UMG ever telling Drake no when he was the man? When Lucian was out here doing interviews saying he can have anything he wants. I don't ask questions. He just sends me what he needs and I make it happen. Like, which made the whole rich baby daddy line all the more funnier. It just seems like how was this man getting all these yeses and you approving everything under the sun for Drake, and then Kendrick is the dude. He's the man right now, and this is not even his song. It's a feature. He's with a verse. You throw away probably one of the most anticipated albums this year, if not the most anticipated, because it was definitely more anticipated than that. The offerings of the Carter 6. So it's anticipated. So at the very minimum, the first couple of weeks is going to be amazing. They're going to do amazing. But to have literally the cherry on top, that Kendrick, a record label don't want it. How is that? That should be baffling to everyone. Because me thinking of it as from a business standpoint, got the hottest anticipated album in my hands, ready to go, and it has a feature from the hottest out here right now. You getting it it's like a 2-for-1. I couldn't say no. I'm sorry. You already went up the river when you decided to approve everything else. Kendrick let out last year. Keep paddling the boat the same way you've been paddling. It's like they decided, like, I'm tired of paddling this boat. Let's end this. It's like they got bored. It's almost like I feel like they use Kendrick a little bit to like, hey, I need you to pat him on the butt a couple of times, let him know he not running things. And now it's like the parent that whoops you, and then after that gives you that hug, like, I still love you. Does this not have that same feel? Like that Drake got his butt whooping, and now they coming back in the room with some juice or some cookies. Give him a hug and see, I told you not to do the stuff you be doing. I love you. And they give him kissing for here's some cookies and some juice. Wipe your face. And it has that feel. I promise you it do.
Louis V runway show, and the song Pusha Says was the first to come out of their sessions. Don't be fooled by Pusha's interviews appealing for one last guest verse and the Twitter jokes that he went to a GNX tour date to physically walk Kendrick into the nearest studio. K-Dot's verse homework has been turned in for a while now.
We all did bite on that though. I swear, I'm like, Kendrick, he's going to these studios. When we saw the videos, I'm going to the studios. Like, he got to get that clips feature out the way. About to get that clips feature out the way. I'm kind of salty I fell for the okie doke. I should have do better. But I feel cool that we all did though.
Kind of like Head said on the Rory and Mal show. He said if Kendrick's asked to do a verse, I'm sure he turned it in. And so
really? So you're saying that DJ Head knew this was going on and he didn't tell his brothers for the bigger picture? There's
been a lot of
information
stuff going on that I can't really talk about, but I will say this. I have a source.
That information that be in DJ Headphone gotta be like juicy. It gotta be juicy. He got unreleased albums. He got soon to be or future collabs. He got possible he got, oh my man, just, and look at this, look at that. That's a smug smile. It's not my fault you didn't know. Gotta know something. Like, I wonder what it's like to be in the know like that. Like, it gotta feel wonderful to be in the know like that, man. Like,
Love it. Journalism.
And
So according to my intel, this is the boy's second time doing this to Pusha. There was a Pop Smoke thing.
yeah.
Which I think Steven Victor talked about.
Yeah, that's public.
But yeah, that to my knowledge, that is true. While all of this was going on, they requested the lyrics because they thought that it was going to be a continuation of what was going on last year on the record, and two of the main characters clicking up and doing whatever the case may be. It's just a lot of main character syndrome going on.
hey, something I just thought about though. This kind of confirms what we were hearing a good while ago. This towards the end of the back and forth last year, is that a call from higher ups was made to, hey, shut this down. Almost like, all right, he had enough. That's it. Like a white flag in some sort of fashion was thrown. So this kind of jives with that. Like, all right, so that could be the only thing that kind of validates them being like, look, I'm checking this because we told y'all it was done. It's over with. My concern with that is Drake just popped off and some sexy songs for users. He had a couple little slick little lines and a couple two songs. It was 2 songs. I won't say 2 songs. He's still out there subliminal up. Where was the censorship for that? We gonna ask questions. I'm gonna ask some questions, some real questions. Like, where was the censorship for him? If it's supposed to be so shut down to where there's no subliminals, no nothing, then he should have been checked for what he put in that sexy songs for him since his album.
Like, bro, everything ain't about you. You know what I'm saying? And so and if you remember, I'm the one who told y'all there was a record, and we started the free Camila Cabello campaign.
I love that campaign.
She's free.
She's free. She got to release her record and whatnot.
Yeah.
Salute to that queen.
Still saluting that queen.
There was a lot going on, and it's just, to me, it just reeks of like
Entitlement.
Just like my homie, shout out to my Jamaican homie. They call it what they call them, Bati boys. What does that mean?
Lord. Oh shit.
What does that mean?
I'm not going to be the one to even jump in. I need to call Chet Hanks. Get him on the phone. I think.
What does that mean?
About this.
Chet Hanks will really break it down.
I don't know what that means.
It's kind of like what Pusha said to Kanye in the article, that he doesn't look at him as a man. That kind of way.
Oh,
I think that's the way to look at it.
It's unbecoming behavior.
Yeah, it's not a man like behavior of like,
yeah, and so
men do.
Me, and so to me, for like, okay, the Clips album was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out. It was also the Clips album was supposed
last year.
It was supposed to be out, yeah. And I guess there was an intent to hold that up because of the verse and the quote unquote click up. But it's like, bro, the verse been done.
No, but it's
And
but it's insane that it wasn't. It did happen. It was this ultimate holdup, and it didn't go out to the masses, and there's a secret thing going on, at least enough that no one went on the record and said it. But it's in. I mean, I get the part you're saying, like the lyrics, Pop Smoke thing, or even the Maybach music. I think they wanted that verse changed, but it's a difference of like we literally not going to put this album out unless you change Kendrick, another fellow biggest rapper's verse. Like that's.
Man, listen to them talk about this, right? It made me realize we, as Kendrick fans, right? This is about to suck. Drake kind of got to win. Let's admit this. Let's admit this now, so that way we can't say we stands and we blind and we don't keep it 100. Drake kind of got a win off that. If this is true, this feature was done last year. We still ain't heard it. That's a win, unfortunately, for Drake. That's a win for him. Let's say it now. Let's get out the way and acknowledge that while we was celebrating and dancing and was in the streets not like us in it and GNXing it up, and we were blind to the fact that this dude was still being devious and weird behind the scenes. And as fans, there was no way for us to know. There's no way for us to know. We not in the industry like that, so we don't know the comings and going behind the scenes. But he was still dictating things. He was still making moves. So that means they shut this down, still in the process of fighting this lawsuit. So it makes me beg the question, like, if you was going to have the loss, if you was going to fight the lawsuit, why would you block the collab? Right? Like, the timing of this is, I wish we had more clarification, like the exact dates. Was the lawsuit already filed and going when the project was submitted? I would assume yes. Right, but how far into the lawsuit were they before the project was turned in? You see what I'm saying? That part is more important than I think anybody's really talking about. Because, like, are you fighting the lawsuit just as UMG? Are you fighting the lawsuit on just principle? Like, you can't. We are the spaceship. Like, we're the center of gravity here. Like, you can't get this off. Because, I mean, did they know the feature was coming around that time? Like, it sounds like there's a 2 or 3 month window where we need some more information. Yeah. I'm gonna let this ride out for a minute. I want to get to this Lil Wayne of it all.
That's insane. And then to even get thing of like, well, we'll just get you off the label. You can buy yourself out. It's like, it's that extreme. Like, that's insane, you know?
yeah, and I see Def Jam taking a lot of heat for this, but this is not a Def Jam thing.
Above their pay grade, right?
In my humble opinion, I know some of the people over there, and I'm not saying that I spoke to them, but
no, that's a great point. That's a great point.
This
That's a
is
great point,
definitely
and
more of a UMG thing than it is a Def Jam thing, in my humble opinion.
and Jeremy, you can co-sign that because you love reporting. Pusha actually names a legal person from Universal's name by name in an article that was one bringing this. So clearly, it's a UMG thing above Def Jam, above the pay grade. That's a great point, Head. That you can take fault and say bad Def Jam, but it's all Universal Music Group.
I'm glad they said that because a lot of people have been saying like they've been putting this on Def Jam, where Def Jam is under the umbrella. They're not their own, completely their own entity. They rely on some services and what have you of UMG. That's making UMG the kind of like the parent company, and then it's the subsidiaries or whatever. But I wanted to wait and make sure we got that part in there, because Def Jam has kind of gotten like a black eye from this. But with that being said, I want to visit a thought that DJ Head had as far as the Lil Wayne of it all, with his album that's not being received all too well. Maybe some people had overly heightened expectations. Who knows? But let's get to this. Let's get to this. Same show, same episode. Let's go.
Have you heard anything about the Cash Money tour?
What happened now?
No? What happened to the Cash Money tour?
I'm just asking. Have you heard anything about it?
No?
Where's this going?
I haven't. Have you?
So Wayne just announced his own tour.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's playing in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, with Tyga and I think Belly Cushington. Didn't
Yeah,
Wayne
he's
just
really
announce
up
his
right
own his own
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah,
just
he did.
so
Yeah,
yeah, put it up on the screen real quick.
so here is the tour dates with Tyga and Belly Gang Cushington. Yes.
And
Okay.
no cap.
Quick side note from me and in my area where I live or whatever, in the Midwest. He has Cincinnati, Ohio on there, which I personally find odd, because why would you do Cincinnati when you can do Columbus or Cleveland? Man. I find the order of his shows a little weird. It's like he did. Okay, he did. Hold on, he did. It goes Ohio, Indiana, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan. It's just odd to me because usually, just geographically to me, and it could be my bias from being living in the area, but if you hit Ohio, Indiana's, I would have did Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Or Wisconsin, Minnesota. Flip-flop those two, whatever. It was just odd.
Cap on some select dates. No cap.
I heard that this was supposed to be a Wayne and Sexy Red tour.
Okay.
That would have been cool.
But I don't know that went through for whatever reason. The reason why I brought up the Cash Money tour is like he just announced his North American tour, but wasn't the Cash Money tour a thing? And then I think the last 4 dates are no longer.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought they had got all their dates done. You said some might have been canceled. He might have did a full shift into Lil Wayne mode.
You
I
said
did
that
see
they,
people
they
talk
did all the
about
dates?
I know. I thought they had. I'm not sure. They did early. They did how many dates this year? Probably about 6 to 8 dates already. But I didn't know if that was it. You're saying he had more and they scrapped it and he went in this direction.
That's what I heard.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. He gave, you know, I love Beatrice, but he gave enough.
Is it a
It is something wrong with that. Lil Wayne shouldn't be Lil Wayne should be canceling anything. Again, this is a legacy act. So technically, on the strength of your current catalog, we not counting this new album. Off the strength of the catalog you done amassed over these decades of music, you should, as Lil Wayne, never need to cancel anything. And I think that's kind of, I don't want to put words in DJ Head's mouth, pause, but maybe that's the point he getting at. Like, Lil Wayne's an act that should be able to literally do anything. 30 dates, 45 dates, 50 dates, it don't matter. He should be able to sell them. It's Lil Wayne. Because how we got to this, because I should have framed it a little bit better. They're having a conversation of how well do they, because this is before the album came out, to be clear. And I don't like the way they shoot their show because they miss album releases and you got to wait a whole nother week to get a reaction. Like, they reaction to Lil Wayne won't come till next week. So, and yes, I'm gonna have it. But the thought behind looking at the tour dates was DJ Head believes you want to know how well an artist is doing? Look at their tour. Is there asses in seats? I love the way he put it, because then that debunks the possibility of, oh, that's botted. All that weird stuff, it's a human sitting in the seat. If it's a 20, 30, however many seat venue, and if they all sell out and they all about the same, all right, now maybe that number should tell you what you can expect the album sales, because these are the people that loved him so much they pay for a ticket. And I don't know how much a Lil Wayne ticket is, but I'm pretty sure they like 20, 30 bucks. It's gonna cost some dollars. I'll let him finish up.
Young Money thing for people not to finish their tours?
Ooh.
No, I'm just wondering.
Look at the Canadian.
It happens. It happens. But no, I do think people were pointing out, the only thing I really saw about this, besides people excited to see Wayne, was they were pointing out that there's no New Orleans date on this specific tour. I do think he probably is planning to do, maybe he'll do like Louisiana Fest again in a bigger capacity. But I do think that was like a notable thing that people did want to obviously see him.
And I don't think Wayne should be able to skate on that either. Include them in the tour. Them your people. Now, if Lil Wayne wasn't always talking about something, he loved home, if he didn't make that big deal about the Super Bowl being in New Orleans, I probably wouldn't even really say much of nothing. I would let it go. But you, Mr. I care about home. You care about your people. So you don't care about them enough to make sure, hey, in the tour, I'm coming home. I said it when I heard about the tour. Where it say New York at? It should have said Louisiana. He should have been at home to launch. You start at home. I don't know. It's some weirdness around this tour altogether, though.
In the hometown.
Wow, he's playing the Garden tomorrow night, Jeremy. You might have to stay. He's playing the Garden tomorrow, June 6th, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow. Oh, literally when his album drops in the Garden? That's actually kind of legendary.
Yeah, it seems like the tour doesn't really start till July 30th. Then it goes daily, pretty much.
So tomorrow's probably the album release show.
So there's no concern. It doesn't seem like there's like a buzz on Wayne's album? You think Wayne will still do decent numbers because he's Lil Wayne, or does it matter what his first week numbers are? Like, what
I
do you
don't
guys feel about that
necessarily
stuff?
know, bro. Jeremy Heck, go pull up the venues.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Just pull up any one of the. Just pull up like 3 or 4 of the venues.
Okay, I'm on Live Nation here. So we have
Are you trying to prove something, DJ Head?
No,
okay, so
you asked the
MSG.
question. No, not Madison Square. Just go, keep going to like.
No, that's the same. That's the same kind of routing where he does like the alternate cities. They're big venues, but like the PMC in Hallandale, Jersey, he does that. Like it seems like the regular spots he always does.
Go
Hartford.
down.
Boardwalk Hall, Theater, Arts Center.
Go down.
So, Budweiser stage in Toronto is like kind of like an outdoor vibe.
Yeah.
It's not, a stadium, but it's a decent sized venue there.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's an arena. It's an arena tour. So look at
Is
the
it?
arena. Yeah, Little Caesars Arena. Yeah, Little Caesars.
Oh yeah,
Arena.
the amphitheater.
Marcus
No, the
Center.
amphitheater. Aren't amphitheaters bigger than bigger than arenas?
No, I think they're
Amphitheaters
smaller.
they're a little smaller, but they usually have decent sized
Okay,
crowds.
got
Yeah, he's a theater act. Yeah, he's doing theaters. But it seems like a lot of the same markets he's been before. He's routed this a lot.
He's
I
doing
think he
crypto
started.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, amphitheaters. So here's the thing: Wayne is a legacy act, right? The reason why I had to look at the venues is because you asked in correlation to sales and all that. I look at this. This is how I look at how someone's doing. It's asses and seats.
So do you think that people have to receive the Carter Six and really love the album for them to put their ass in the seat, or is he such a legacy act?
No,
I still just want to see Lil Wayne. It doesn't really matter. Like if
It don't
he
matter.
got 1 or 2 good songs off the new album, that's fine with the set list. But
yeah.
I'm
If he
coming
got
to see
one
the
or two,
classics,
if he got 1 or 2 records off this new album, he good to go. It don't matter because people pulling up to see Lil Wayne. It don't matter.
And I found 8 songs that he should, out of that 8, coming up with 2 to smack him with shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be hard. I can't think of the name of the 2, but what was the other one? Flex Up or something like that? I think that's definitely gonna be one. And then it was one towards the bottom. It was like track. It's towards the end. It's in that last 5 to 6 tracks, if that. More like last 4 or 5. He got a track down there. Got to go to it. So if taking that from DJ Head, he really only need 2 or 3 songs off this album to be able to perform it at these locations. And he has it. Anybody saying it's 19 tracks of garbage, you garbage. Sit down somewhere. This ain't no place for kids anyway. Move around. This should be only grown folks watching this. I don't have time to do back and forth with little kids that just don't know stuff. Let's go.
Bro, that's why I'm saying, like, when people are like, "Oh, what's speculation? First week numbers?" And bro, look at the tour routing. That's gonna tell you everything. That's gonna tell you everything you need to know. All this shit says is it says crypto arena, amphitheater, pavilion. Look up the Dos Equis pavilion and see what that cap room is. Jeremy Heck.
But here's the thing, Head, though. You can look at it the other way. Let's say he drops an outstanding album, and like a Kendrick Lamar, where even though he's viewed as a legacy actor, acted already as history, maybe he can reignite and sell these tickets and be more than a legacy act and sell these tickets more rapidly.
What I'm saying is, you're right. But what I'm saying is, nobody cares, bro. It's Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
He's got nothing to lose.
If you're going to see Lil Wayne, you're going to see Lil Wayne anyway. It don't matter about the projections of how good the Carter is going to do and what records and all that. Now, to compete in modern day times, it needs to perform. It needs to perform. But what I'm saying is, the people who are going to go see Lil Wayne at the Dos Equis Theater is going whether they like the new Carter or not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know
it's almost irrelevant, especially because it's it's the tour celebrating 20 plus years of Carter Classic. That's like how it's framed. So I don't think they're going I don't actually think anyone would go wanting to hear the whole new album. But I think that's also
What
the
what
difference between someone who's currently competing for that spot and for the crown and somebody who has had the crown and doesn't need to prove anything. Like Kendrick just did a tour or is still on tour right now. He called it the GNX tour. He's performing. Head, how many GNX songs does he do on that tour?
Shit,
Like
he doing at least 6 of them.
everything
so
but
he-
the title. Everything but the title track. He doesn't do the.
He did Man at the
I'm loving
Garden.
it.
He doing he doing the records on the album.
And I think that's somebody who's currently competing, has the crown, and is showcasing that he's still performing at the highest level. Kendrick could do a stadium tour as a legacy act, technically. Like he has enough
Bro,
hits.
look what he did at the Super Bowl.
So, but he's able to do it currently. Now, Lil Wayne, he could drop a project where it's like, this is game changing. Wayne is now back in the spot. Like he's competing. He really wants it. This is the best music of his career. It just doesn't seem like he wants to do that or needs to do that at all.
Bro, the new Carter don't matter, bro.
Yeah.
People want to hear it. Not like that. I'm just saying.
I thought you were sad about Molly. I thought you wanted to know if him and Molly got a slap.
No,
Molly
no, no. I'm
Cyrus.
saying, no, I know that, but my thing is, from what I heard, is they're trying to leverage that record to see if it's going to chart and perform and whatnot, because the numbers and whatnot, because they're trying to get the numbers to matter. What I'm saying to Lil Wayne and Co is the numbers don't matter. What I'm saying to Jeremy Heck to answer his question is the numbers don't matter. How well the album performs don't fucking matter. It's Lil Wayne, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Ever.
His name is Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne, like Carter, and it don't matter. So the expectation, mitigate your expectation on first week numbers, mitigate your expectation on what the album's gonna sound like. People gonna probably feel the same way they felt about the Snoop album, and then Snoop double backed on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think because it's different. Like, if you pull up that track list, you got what, Miley Cyrus on there. You got I saw Warren G on there.
Yeah,
Like,
Warren G.
I remember I told y'all about that record like months ago. Who else is on there? Wyclef Jean, MGK is like Elephant Man. Like, bro,
Yeah,
this
that's my
record
point.
all,
That's
this
my
record
point.
is all over.
A lot of them turned out to be Fugazi, though. A lot of that turned out to be Fugazi. Wasn't no Miley Cyrus. I don't think it was no Trippie Redd either. Like a lot of these features that were supposed to be on here are not on here. So, first off, I'm thinking about something he just said. What's the chances that this album sits out there for a minute and then Lil Wayne drops another album, like he said, double back, but the features that's missing are on that? You know what I'm saying? So that's always a possibility. It's always a possibility. But now that we know, because we know what they don't know in this video, is that the album is not currently being received well at all. So, in my opinion, I do know he does still have 2 or 3, at least. I counted 8 again. He has 2 or 3 he can do on this tour, along with all the other hits. He gonna hit some shit from the mixtapes. He gonna hit all the classics. Like, throw them 2 or 3 in there with it. Based off this album, though, going off of the way DJ Head just described it, and it wasn't even DJ Head that said it. Jeremy, if we go based off how we feeling right now, we will have to frame it up that Lil Wayne is just putting out music, but it's not music to compete. He's not trying to be the guy or show, hey, I'm still that HNIC. If we're gonna go by you know what they just said, that's the way we got to look at it. I do agree though with DJ Head, man. I'm gonna find this tour interesting because technically, by definition, what this tour is supposed to be is celebrating the history of Lil Wayne and all the hits and whatnot, right? So it should sell and do great everywhere. But just like the album, what if it don't? What does that mean? Let's say the average location that he's going to is 25, let's say 25,000 seats. What if he only really does 16, 17, 18? Matter of fact, let's say he do 18 to 19. But on average, we'll just assume that every stop got 25,000 seats. What would that say? An album that seems to be getting rejected, and a stadium that's not empty by any means, but we'll say a touch at some at half the, let's say about half the location, he came a hair away from actually being able to say he sold it out. It's still packed, but it's not officially a sellout. Does that say anything about Lil Wayne? We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Oops, great. This is Kush Equilibrium. Like, comment, subscribe, please. I appreciate it. I appreciate y'all taking the time to come in here to have a little smoke break with me while we talk about this music thing, man. Let me get this chopped up and I'm gonna get it to you. Appreciate you.